Oi, I'm Daniel. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm not going to talk about any plant care tips. Instead, we'll do some plant chores together. So feel free to play this if you're doing your plant chores. Let's do it together. The things I will do today is to put some more plants from soil to water, and then upsize a pot of my water plants, and then I'll try to see is there any plants that I can propagate because the weather is too nice. And at last, I would love to check the humidity of this room because you can see I've rearranged my collection and I'm slightly concerned about the humidity. Would it be too low or would it be not enough? So I have to turn my humidifier on. So I have the plants that I would love to transfer from soil to water here. So the first one is my strain of heart, which I get it as a cutting and I put it in soil since then. But the problem is I neglected it for too long, and you can see it started putting out runners instead of like leaves, which actually is quite sad. So for people like me, I'm lazy. So I don't want to have this in soil anymore because I don't want this one to suffer from lack of water. So I would love to put this one in water. The second one is my Maranta Red, which again you can see quite a lot of crispy leaves because it is sitting on top of the wardrobe and I can't really consistently check how dry the soil is to be ready for watering. So I'd love to transfer this one from soil to water too, and let's do it together. So the first one is my neglected strain of hearts, which is quite a shame because you can really see the runner is here and it's not growing any more leaves, so I have to immediately transfer it to water. And you can actually see how dry the soil is and showing how long it has been neglected. So let's get this out. I didn't imagine strain of heart got roots like this. The soil is actually quite bone dry. So I should have 3 strings here. First one, second one, and the last one. Put it aside, and then I have my Maranta here. So because the soil here is from the nursery, so it doesn't have any perlite, any barks. So possibly I won't reuse this one because it's not like good. I have a pot here to catch the soil, and let's get this one out. Maybe I should use this one instead. This one is a bigger pot, so you can get the soil in like this. These two, actually, I'm not quite sure can they be grown in water, but like I said in the last video, when I just decide whether a plant can be put in water or not, I'll see if the plant can be propagated in water. If they can be propagated in water, quite likely they can be grown in water for long term. Have you ever wondered when do you put like a cutting rooting in water to soil? When is the time of doing it? And when you ignore it for slightly longer, usually the plants don't have any problems. So why would we still need to put them in soil anyway? Why can't we just leave it in the water? So it's actually quite root bound down there, and I don't want to disturb it too much in here, but I'll try to remove as much as I can. People may be scared to like rip off too much of the roots, but from my experience, they will bounce back definitely. They may grow roots out of the one that you have snapped, so it's not really a big problem if you remove some roots out during this process. You don't need to be panicked about it, or you see like roots in the soil. Because plants need to survive, they know they need to grow some roots for you. Maybe I'll jump to the finish here because you can see it's too root bound here. I'll jump to when I'm finished. Finally, I have finished dividing this Maranta. Actually, I got 3 of it, and you can see I actually lost some roots there, but don't worry about it because we still got a lot of healthy roots left with these 3 little ones. And now I will try to rinse the remaining soil off from the roots and then put them in fresh water. So I've got this little clear container for my strain of hearts and this bigger one for my Maranta Red. And now I will rinse the roots with water. First one, done. Second one, done. The second thing we have to do is to change the pot for my magnificum. As you can see, there's a new leaf coming in. The thing I have to do is to change the size of this water reservoir, because you can see this jar is actually quite small. And you can see on top of the water, there's actually quite a lot of roots growing out. And I don't want them to just leave it hanging in there. So I had to change the size of the reservoir, change the size of the container, put it in a bigger one, so these roots can be in water too. So I've got a box here just in case I spill any water. And then I will try to take this one out. Relatively easy. I thought I would spill the water everywhere. And then I will put this one in this new container. And another easy thing to do, all watering. You can see the size is getting a lot bigger compared to this smaller container. I think I'll put quite a lot of this water with nutrients into this new one, because in the summer I want this to grow better. And then I will top it up with just water. So now these roots are also in water, which is quite nice because they can grow and get the nutrients, give me better leaves. And now this one is sitting next to my regale and my Veitchii. And actually my Veitchii is also giving a new leaf, and it's not hardened yet. It's still quite delicate and soft. I quite like the setup of it because in between two taller plants, you can have a smaller one here, which is also growing pretty well. Just in case you don't know, these are all Ecogenera imports from last year, and I think majority is growing pretty well. I don't have any troubles with it. Just some minor issues like with my regale. This is the leaf I had when it came. You can see there's some yellow spots on it. If you know what it is, tell me in the comment section, because it pushed out a new leaf, which is absolutely fine. It's smaller, but there's no issues with it. But these older leaves, you can see like yellow, brownish patches. Tell me in the comment section, please. The next thing I would like to do is to check the collection. Is there any plants that are suitable for propagation? Because I want to grow some more plants throughout this summer. The weather here is so nice. So let's find our next victims. I don't see any possible plant I can propagate here, because everything here is either on a plank like my golden dragon pushing out a new leaf here, or they're relatively young, which I'm not too confident in propagated yet. If I'm brave enough, I can actually propagate this glorious, because you can see roots are starting to grow from this top part of the plant, but I'll just leave it as it is right now because I don't want to risk it yet. And look at this little Anthurium forgetii white stripes, putting a new leaf as well. Of course I'm not going to propagate this one because it's so young. The silver dragon we propagated last time, and we didn't see any comb yet, so not this time to propagate you. And we have this black velvet here, which is also in water, and you can actually see there's some comb growing out from it, but it is not the time yet because they're relatively small. So here I got my Alocasia pink dragon. This is the first Alocasia I put in water, and you can see those crazy white roots, and you can clearly see how the comb grown out from the plant. You can see they're trying to raise to the top, but I'm not going to take the comb out from it because I think it is quite interesting to just observe how the comb grow out from this plant, and I will just leave it as it is. So on this table I see one possible victim, and this is Shumai varicosum. This is a philodendron verrucosum, and it is in water, of course, and you can see there's lots of fresh new roots from it, so I think it is time to propagate this one. I may just take the top cut out from it, and I'll just leaving them in the same container as it is now. Oh my goodness, I think it looks pretty nice on the camera. So I got my clean scissors here, and as I said, I'll just take the top cut off from it because it has already grown some roots out, and I think it's fine to propagate it. 1, 2. This is the top cut of this verrucosum, and I'll just leave it in the same container. Oh, the after smell is actually like pepper. Okay, so the last plant chores I have to do is to check the humidity in this room because I just rearranged my collection, and I would love to see how humid this room is. If it is too low, I may have to boost the humidity slightly. And also because it is summer and I have to open the window in this room, I'm not sure if I open the window would the humidity drop too low, so I have to check. Error? Are you serious? Error? Oh, it's 53. 53%. I would say it is not bad, but I would like to keep it around 65%, so maybe I have to turn the humidifier on. So the reading didn't change much when I opened the window because I guess it is not too windy today, so it didn't really make the humidity drop too much. It's still around 53%, so I may really have to turn this one on. And you may be curious why I'm using this humidifier to measure the humidity, because I don't have anything else to measure the humidity but only this humidifier. This can do quite a decent job because it got 2 holes to let the water vapor out, and it is quite strong, and I quite love this one. I did have a slightly cheaper ones before, but I don't think that one is quite nice because after a couple of months that one broke down. So I went to Amazon and checked the comments, and I think quite a lot of people do say that their humidifier broke down when they have been using it for a couple of months. In terms of the quality or investment, I would say this one is better, although it is slightly more expensive. So this is all the chores that I have done today. I changed the size of the pots, I transfer more plants from soil to water, and propagate 1 plant. And also I have checked the humidity in this room, which is not too high, not too low, but I may need to think about should I turn the humidifier on. Let me know in the comment how's your chores going. Are your plants growing nicely in this nice weather? If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you give this a like, and if you don't want to miss any content from me, make sure you subscribe. I will see you real soon. Goodbye.